Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start with Chapter 6, Session 1, Mauryan Age, Chandragupta and Emperor Ashoka. So, let's get started.
Before we start our session, let me tell you one thing. I have planned one surprise for you at the end of this session. So be ready for it, okay? Now let's start our session 1. Students, we have seen such kind of lion figure on coin many times, right? But have you ever tried to know more about this figure? Do you know what is the fact behind this figure? Students, this lion's figure has been engraved on the huge pillar of Sarnath. This pillar was built by Emperor Ashoka of Mauryan dynasty. And as we all know, it is the national emblem of India. Here is the image of the huge pillar of Sarnath. As I told you, it was built by Emperor Ashoka of Mauryan dynasty. I know you all are very eager to learn more about Mauryan dynasty, right? So, let's start with the very first founder of Mauryan dynasty. Do you know who was he? He was Chandragupta Maurya. Students, Chandragupta Maurya was the founder of Mauryan dynasty. Do you know in which time period? In 321 BC to 297 BC. Chandragupta played the games of kings in his childhood. His skill was noticed by Acharya Vishnugupta and he was trained by him in Shastra and Shastra. Shastra means equipments that were used for battle, and Shastra means any of the sacred writings of Hinduism. Chandragupta Maurya, with the help and guidance of Chanakya, defeated last emperor of Nanda dynasty, Dhananand, in 321 BC and took the throne of Magad and founded Maurya Vansh. Students, Chanakya was an ancient Indian teacher, philosopher, economist, jurist and royal advisor. He is traditionally identified as Kautilya or Vishnugupta. Students, Chanakya is widely credited for having played an important role in the establishment of the Mauryan Empire. Chanakya served as the chief advisor to both emperors, Chandragupta and his son Bindusara. Chanakya is considered as the pioneer of the field of politics and economics in India. Pioneer means an innovator or developer of something new. So students, Chandragupta got full benefit of Chanakya's skill in politics and administration. From Arthashastra means economics, written by Chanakya, we get information about political, economical and social life of people of that time. Chanakya's diplomatic guidance played a very important role in Chandragupta's achievement. Diplomatic means acting in a way that does not cause offense. Offense means an illegal act. So students, basically with the help of Chanakya, Chandragupta Maurya defeated whom? He defeated last emperor of Nanda dynasty. His name was Dhananand, and took the throne of Magad and founded Maurya Vansh. So if it is asked that who is the founder of Maurya Vansh, then Chandragupta Maurya is the founder of Maurya Vansh. Okay. Chandragupta conquered 4 territories. Do you know what do we mean by territory? Territory means an area of land or sometimes sea that is considered as belonging to or connected with a particular country or person. First one was Kabul. Second one was Kandhar. Third one was Herat. And fourth one was Baluchistan. After defeating Greek king Seleucus Nicator, being impressed by Chandragupta's bravery, Seleucus married his daughter Helena with Chandragupta and sent his ambassador Megasthenes to his court. Students, Megasthenes was a Greek ambassador of Seleucus in the court of Chandragupta Maurya. Do you know what do we mean by ambassador? An important official who works in a foreign country representing his or her own country there. During his stay in Patliputra, Megasthenes wrote a book Indica, which provides important and basic information about the capital and administration of Magad Empire. Students, the original book Indica is now lost, but its fragments have survived in later Greek and Latin words. So, Indica is considered to be a very important source of history to know about Mauryan Empire. Extension of state. Extension means the act of adding to something in order to make it bigger or longer. So, Chandragupta started expanding his state. Chandragupta tried to establish a sovereign power over whole of India by spreading his authority with the valor and diplomacy of Chanakya in other regions of India. Sovereign power means highest power. Valor means great courage. So students, basically Chandragupta tried to become the most powerful king. He ruled in north from Afghanistan, Peshawar, Kandhar to Bengal in the east. He extended his power even in western India also. It is stated in some of the sources that he had his rule even in Saurashtra also. Students, in the page number 26 with the heading Extension of State, line number 5, first word Pushpagupta. correct it to Pushyagupta. Okay, it is a printing mistake. Pushpagupta is written, correct it to Pushyagupta. Okay, now let's start. He had appointed Pushyagupta a Vaishya Amatya. Amatya means a minister, as its governor. Pushyagupta constructed Sudarshan Lake by constructing dams on the river flowing from Girnar mountain in Girinagar, popularly known as Junagadh in Saurashtra. Konkan, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and other regions of southern India were also part of the Magadh Empire. In the northwest, the territories up to western Gandhar, presently known as Afghanistan, were also under authority of Chandragupta. Thus, the sovereignty of Mauryan Empire was practiced all over India. So, Chandragupta ruled over many parts of India, and which is why he was the most powerful king of India during Mauryan age. Chandragupta spent the last time of his life with Jain Muni Bhadrabahu in Shravanbelgowda of Mysore, now situated in Karnataka. He died in 297 BC. Description about Chandragupta's 24 years rule over state and his adoption of Jainism in the last years of his life is found in Jain Puranas. So, from where do we get to know that he spent his last years of life with Jain monk? From the source of history, Jain Puranas. Students, in that Jain Puranas, description about Chandragupta's 24 years rule over state is also given. The history before the establishment of Mauryan dynasty, that means the time period before Mauryan dynasty was established in India, is called prehistory. Okay, so if it is asked that what do we call the history before the establishment of Mauryan dynasty, then it is prehistory. Okay. Students, the exact and supporting information of Mauryan dynasty is available from various sources. So, as we just discussed, like Jain Puranas is one of the sources from where we can get to know about Mauryan dynasty. Like that, there are many other sources from which we can get the exact and supporting information of Mauryan dynasty. The Mauryan Empire, established by Chandragupta Maurya with the help of Vishnugupta, also popularly known as Chanakya, is said to be the first historical empire of India. Students, here a very important point. Which was considered to be the first historical empire of India? It is the Mauryan Empire. Let's study about the sources providing information about the Mauryan dynasty. First one, Arthashastra, that means economics, written by Acharya Vishnugupta. Chanakya, popularly known as Kautilya. Second one is Indica, written by Megasthenes. third one is Deepvansh and Mahavansh. These two are Buddhist texts. Fourth one is Mudra Rakshash. It is a drama written by Vishak Dutt. Students, in addition to this, historical information is also obtained from stone inscriptions, pillar inscriptions, cave inscriptions, stupas and viharas, etc. Grand Trunk Road, GTR. It is the oldest and longest road in the ancient continent. This road was at first constructed at the time of Chandragupta Maurya. It used to connect Tamralipti with Takshashila and Takshashila with Central Asia. At that time, this road extended from Ganges Plains to Gandhar. The road was rebuilt during the reign, means a period of time when a king or queen rules a country. During British rule, Dalhousie rebuilt the road from Kolkata to Peshawar. At present time, this road is known as National Highway from Delhi to Kolkata. So students, Grand Trunk Road GTR is the oldest and longest road. It used to connect Tamralipti with Takshashila and Takshashila with Central Asia during the time of Mauryan Empire. After that, it was rebuilt by Sher Shah Suri. And during the British rule, Dalhousie rebuilt the road from Kolkata to Peshawar. And in present time, this road is known as National Highway from Delhi to Kolkata. So the national highway that we are using these days to travel from Delhi to Kolkata is Grand Trunk Road of Mauryan dynasty. So students, now can you imagine how huge Mauryan Empire was? Students, at the end of this session, I have planned one fun activity for you. Now, I know you all are excited to know what activity it is, right? So what you're supposed to do is, in the next slide, I have given one question to you. Now, you will have to use your brain in a funny way and you have to come up with one funny answer. It's not compulsory that the answer should be logical, but it should be funny, okay? So it's kind of a joke. So in the next slide, we have a question which will appear on your screen for 15 seconds and you all will have to come up with a funny answer in your mind within 15 seconds. And then check out that whether you were able to answer it or not. Okay, so let's start our activity. So students, I hope you all were able to answer it. Very good. Now, at the end of this session, I expect you all to revise the part that we have discussed today. It was very interesting, right? Learning about Chandragupta Maurya. Students, in our next session, we are going to discuss about his son, Bindusar. He is also very interesting personality and he was also a great emperor. So, By that time, take care. Have a nice day. Thank you.